Fine. This one cries too much anyways.
Yeah. All right, buddy.
Did
so
you guys
ready to
actually hear
talk?
that? Sorry.
It was so loud.
It was good, eh?
That was
That was loud. Sorry.
it was loud.
I'm sorry. Was it good?
That's okay. It was great, actually.
Thank you.
That's why we all shut up. Damn fine voice acting.
I was waiting for Merrick to cut it to talk over top, and I just kind of let it peter out, and it's like, if I leave a couple seconds in the edit, are they gonna think you just squished him? Let's try not to laugh.
It just goes dark.
I was literally waiting for Merrick to go, sorry, we find another one? Maybe you got another one? There's more of these coats walking around here, right? I think it's time for a roll-off. In this corner, Meaty Hand Merrick with his initiative roll of... Cue Merrick for initiative.
Drum roll.
18.
18! Wow. And in this corner, sporting more piercings and a really, really desperate need for a big cone-shaped hat, Poser Shell!
24.
He's fast, he's light on his feet, and he's tapped into the Force and practically could see things before they happen. Useful for grabbing Gungan tongues and lightsaber duels, and even driving the odd pod racer. But for now, he leaps in front of Merrick.
Oh, no. I don't move.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were trying to shut this guy up.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Huh. Let's see. What is the Jedi going to do to shut someone up?
Why are you looking at me like that? This guy is barely shorter than you, and it's like you guys are looking at each other, and he seems even more afraid as the wheels turn, and you're looking down at him, and he looks down at himself, and looks back at you.
Right. Thanks, buddy. I turn my back to him and say, okay, go ahead with the squeezy, Merrick.
What?
All right.
No! Help! Help me! The guy starts screaming his head off.
Buffalo with a giant hand.
Okay.
Impressive, no?
So as this guy's yelling, is anyone else around kind of picking up on this from the promenade?
Well, he got out a couple of screams before Merrick clamped on him.
Can I roll an initiative roll to like as soon as he starts screaming to do something to shut him up?
Well, Merrick's on top of him. Like I said, everyone seemed surprised that Rawl went back on his word, as it were, and just said, right. And I had half a second, and the guy's eyes went wide. He went, what? No. Ah! And then boom. So he's already got him. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we're intent on him. That our own guy went, right, get him. Now, if you want, Frank seems to be intent on, watching, like standing guard. You and Merrick are there. If you want to try to beat Merrick to initiative to get to the guy first, I could turn 2 screams into 1 scream. Less chance of being heard.
I mean, if it lowers the chances of being heard, yes. But if it's still going to be the same amount, then no.
I think it's time for a roll-off. In this corner, Meaty Hand Merrick with his initiative roll of... Cue Merrick for initiative.
Drum roll.
18.
18!
Wow.
And in this corner, sporting more piercings and a really, really desperate need for a big cone-shaped hat, Poser Shell!
24.
He's fast, he's light on his feet, and he's tapped into the Force and practically could see things before they happen. Useful for grabbing Gungan tongues and lightsaber duels, and even driving the odd pod racer. But for now, he leaps in front of Merrick.
Oh, no. I don't move.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were trying to shut this guy up.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Huh. Let's see. What is the Jedi going to do to shut someone up?
All right. So you hear Rahal say, right, go with the squeezy squeeze. And you see Merrick lurch away from you towards the man, reaching out a fist. You have a split second to act, 24 before his 18. What do you do?
Has he started to scream yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
then
well,
I'm going to use.
Rawl says, "Get him." The man begins to scream. Merrick, on 18, will reach his target, but has already begun to reach. You are deciding what force power to use. Like, those all happen simultaneously.
Okay, I'm just making sure, because if there wasn't the screaming, then I wouldn't do anything.
If you'd readied an action, like if you'd earlier, like when we were like cornering him, you could have readied an action. Like if this guy, steps out of line or does anything, I've got this readied action.
I thought about that.
Then you can change time, But without that, if you guys are all just sort of like casually watching and being aware of everything.
Yeah.
So
okay, yeah, I'm going to use force grip on him.
Oh, so you're going to choke him so he can't actually make noise?
Yes.
I am Jedi.
Okay.
All right. Force.
Use the force DC for damage and such.
Okay. Use a force check of 22. So if I beat his fortitude defense, he can only take a swift action on his next turn, but he automatically takes 4d6 of damage.
Okay. So in this
if I only got if it was 15 to 19, it would have been 2d6, but
yeah,
since I got 20.
Well, everybody that I've seen Vader choke made noise. Like they were rasping and gasping, and some even tried to talk. But that's it. Like the guy lets out a what? No. And immediately starts choking as Merrick is, reaching for him. He pulls his hand away, looks down at it, see if the guy like stops, lets up choking a little bit. To see him reaching out, like doing that.
Mother was right. I would get better at this if I keep trying.
Anyway, so he made audible noise, and then you literally just collapse this bag of bones windpipe, and the guy dies. And you gain a dark side point, buddy, because that's dark shit. You had a guy cornered, dead to rights, and I'm even going to give one to Rawl, because he ordered his execution. And the guy that was not asked to kill him jumps up and kills him first. Like, it's dark to go all around.
Yeah, that's pretty dark.
Well, it's more to protect us and to protect me, keeping the Jedi alive, but I'm not going to argue with this. Yes, I do agree.
That's a valid point. Technically, it's not a dark side point activating the thing. Killing him in cold blood when he's got dead to rights. I'm going to say this is a little different than a bunch of stormtroopers that are armored 6 squares away and shooting at allies.
This is true.
This guy's completely cornered by 4 dudes. One's got a gun. Yes, but one man actually has a gun in his ribs and could shoot him at any time. And the guy does the mafia thing and like pulls his gun away, relaxes, and gives that guy 1 second of respite, and then casually turns to his partner and goes, "All right, squeezy time." And giving the man the fear as Merrick looms over and begins to, like, I'm sorry, Merrick, you are actually going to execute Order Squishy Squish? It's like Order 66, but less Jedi.
I was a couple seconds away from doing a couple of strength checks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, like, I was going to say, once he got his hand over his head, don't kill him, just put him to sleep. Which I still will say, unbeknownst to the...
All right.
Because I would have stunned him, but I think that would have made noise. Like you hear a stun blaster shot go off, right?
Now I'm in a bit of a conundrum because you patiently waited while I dealt with Poser, and I'd actually believe that I'm not trying to think you're trying to sneak out of a dark side point. I actually believe that your guy would enjoy scaring the shit out of this guy. And then,
absolutely,
and then reel in Merrick a little bit, saving both you guys.
Just put him to sleep. Because I'm going to steal his jacket now.
All right.
Well, the good news is stealing his jacket should be really easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Rawl, give me an initiative check. I know talking's for free.
Sure. Yeah, no, but yeah. Maybe
boss,
I can. Let's hope I can beat your.
Good news is I've gotten a lot better at killing people.
Here we go. Come on.
It's not Poser I'm worried about. You'll see.
Oh, 3.
Okay, so the man begins to choke and suffocate and is about to die. Okay, seeing the man choke before you even get to him, Merrick, you said, and I quote, "I'm about to make strength checks." So you actually grab onto a guy that's already choking and start crushing his head. Then Rahal pipes up with his 3, or immediately goes, well, maybe just put him to sleep. With your strength check of 1, which gives you 2.
Yeah, I did not get to that. Let me try again here. Like, what?
Anyway, Rahal starts asking you to reel it in, maybe just put him to sleep. Do you let off?
Oh, okay. All I have to do is... Yeah, I think he licked my hand.
So you grab him, you give a squeeze, Rahal reels you in, and you back off. So murderous intent, but you didn't kill him, which might save you the dark side point. And then we got Poser finishing him off. So...
Evil.
I'm going to go with this. Not to show favoritism, but I'm going to go around the table like this. Rahal, you just saved yourself a dark side point, but I'm going to make you spend one of your force points to sort of clear up that incident. Just burn off the first point, and you remember yourself and no,
Yeah, I probably should have just said, Merrick, put him to sleep.
Yeah.
Would have been the better thing to do.
No. Perhaps trying to stop him, you burn the force point, trying to nudge your 3 in vain. That's my price, unless you want dark side point. Next, we have Merrick. Merrick, you are definitely on the edge. You're ordered yes, right, squish, kill. Ordered no, oh, okay. You don't seem to care.
It's not the first time he's been told to kill someone and pulled the trigger.
Yeah, so you're in the gray, and again, since you approached the man and did squeeze with murderous intent, now you didn't kill him, so I'm not going to give you a dark side point, but the next time you're on the edge, I'm going to rule inside of the dark.
It's a half. It's like a 0.5.
That's right, but this 0.5 is going to be pending. So you have a 0.5 of a dark side point. If you even so much as try to do something murderous intently again, I'm just going to give you the full point. So you're on probation.
Alright.
What is it? You get arrested, and they're okay, they lay out all the charges, but they don't lay them on you. And then if you get caught a second time, all those old charges come back to haunt you, plus the new ones.
Like a kind of probation here.
Dark side probation.
There you go.
This time I'll keep it off.
We're all on dark side probation.
Now, we have Poser. He used a power that isn't like Force Lightning that automatically gives him one, but he does use it to slay a guy in a single round. Now, his intent wasn't to kill him. His intent was to shut him up. And he's a Padawan. And he's first level. And he's...
And he was told by his master, do not get caught.
Yes. So... if we were not in the rebellion era, desperate measures, desperate times, if this was any other era, I would totally give you a dark side point. But I can roll it. I'm going to roll this back to, let's say, 0.75, just because you're force user and the, what's the word I'm looking for? The dark side temptation is so heavy at this point because fear is all around you. You are already 1 foot down that path because you are constantly surrounded by the fear of getting exposed. And of any other person, of any other class, you know the worst possible scenario awaits for you specifically because you're a Jedi and because the ruling force in the galaxy is the Empire. So I'm going to give you a very heavy pending point, but no, I will not at this time make it full.
Okay, I have 0.75 in my character sheet.
Yeah, but
I'm ready.
But unlike the sort of neutral 50-50 Merrick thing, if you even so much as angrily sneeze at somebody, you're getting that first point. There's going to be no negotiation next time. Frank gets 3 for ignoring all this stuff. I mean, this guy's terrible. Terrible. Frank sucks them all up. Oh yes, I feel the power. Turn my back on the Empire.
His eyes go a little yellower.
Oh my god, I never even thought of that. You see this dude with yellow eyes, you just accept him at face value. Yeah, that would be awesome. So I'm a Sith Lord. Everybody's thought he was a near human. He's like this huge Sith Lord that
just slumming it.
Hey, that's how I can get rid of the dark side point.
He's just sitting there. Was it that scene at the end of episode 1 where Palpatine is standing right next to Yoda, and he's so obviously using his force powers to throw up a cloak and deceive all there's a entire parade of force users on the platform, like the Olympics. There's 5 force users that could sense him in his dark power, and he just stands there going, bah, bah, no wolf here, bah. It's just there's no wolf here. I see no wolf.
The dark Fizzban of our story.
All right. If you disagree, because I already feel bad about this, contact us at rollmongers@gmail.com, and we will gladly, take tally votes and listen to all the poo-pooing and cheering of, how other DMs might have ruled in this. Well, I really want to know. Moving on. Around the corner and down the hall, the nobles babble amongst themselves about petty things. Stormtroopers giving each other high fives and doing that nod, stand around like a whole bunch of sports guys at a bar. Perception checks from the crowd.
That's awesome.
6,
Bunch
3,
of jocks.
Yeah. 6, 3, natural 1, 13, a 9, a 17. There's one guy, one group, one faction out here. Here's the guy and starts making his way over. Frank, old man Zim, sees that some people look up and around, shake it off.
Mm-hmm.
Some people look over and are looking in your direction. They don't move. They're just looking at your direction as if you were the guy that screamed, but they don't see you in peril, so they're just kind of puzzling it out. Someone actually stops what they're doing and starts walking directly towards you guys. Zim, what do you do?
Kind of duck back around the corner, look over my shoulder at these guys. They're, strangling and abusing this poor guy.
This guy actually hit the floor. Like, by the time he shouts, his posers killed him. So unless Rawl's going to grab him and cradle him, maybe Rawl is giving him shit for not putting him to sleep.
Probably.
Actually, you know what? Your original Use the Force roll was 22, poser. Can I have perception checks from Merrick and all you guys? If you can beat 22, you know something's up with the Force. Do you have a deception?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Deception to 2.
All right, give me a deception. You guys give me perception. Now, this is them reading you. Like, if you just do
50.
nothing and the guy starts choking, maybe they think his lunch and his chicken bone came back on him. But if you
Natural 20 with 22.
if you lean over and glare at him or some crap like that, you know what I mean? If you start focusing or whatever, then they might see it. So, going down the line here, Merrick, perception of 15. Rawl, perception of 18. Even you, Zim, 25. Poser nails it with a 22. So, old man Zim, okay? You, like you said, you're looking over, you see these guys choking or whatever. You've been around. You've been around. You remember the war, okay? The young Cerulean is sort of, you just catch that end of a tense moment where his fists are clenched and he just sort of relaxes after the fact. I'm done. I'm not going to say, he's a Force user. I'm not going to say, oh yeah, I've seen guys been Force choked, because what you do see is the back of Merrick, and Merrick has a hold of him. And Rawl's going, don't, just put him to sleep, kind of thing. And the guy croaks and, and you go, shit. And you look around quickly and one guy comes towards you and all this stuff. You look back and there's Poser just kind of, breaking off from that intent. The guy is not moving. Does he hit the floor? You guys grab him? What do you guys do?
Well,
I thought I still had him.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
head anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So he just goes limp in your hand.
Hey, I'm quicker than I used to be. Hey, boss, he's sleeping now.
And I start pulling the jacket off of him.
Okay.
You guys better hurry up with what's going on there. We got company. And I'll kind of step around the corner and, just kind of draw the bolt action back on the old slug thrower. It's going to get real ugly here, and just take a readied action to kind of meet somebody as they walk around the corner, kind of barrel to their nose.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to butt stroke him with the rifle end. Just come around the corner. Ding! That's another one.
Oh, yeah.
People go into this alley, they're just going to come out. I mean, what's going on here? Hi there.
No,
Ding.
that's even better. Yeah, I'll kind of wait at the corner with the kind of butt of the rifle up to kind of hammer strike.
Sorry,
as they move around.
I'm getting heavy-handed as a DM here. Your idea where he comes around the corner and the rifle comes up under his chin or right up one nostril, that's good too.
Okay.
But then again, what are your choices? Pull the trigger, the guy screams, right? Or he freaks. Or shats himself, right? At least this way, it's like, hi there, ding. You got 2 rounds. And it's a civilian. It's not an armed guy coming at you, just a guy.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just, I'm just prepared. And I'll go with my original kind of barrel up under the chin thing. Go for the intimidation.
Okay.
and drag him into the alley. I don't know what kind of murderous dudes I've apparently hitched my wagon to, but we'll see.
This guy comes around the corner, and a step before he sees you, or you get on him, he starts talking. What's going on here?
Yep, just kind of ease the barrel kind of right up under his chin.
And he steps around the corner, and then you just bloop, and his eyes go really wide, and he looks down at you and down the barrel.
Now, it's been a long day, and I'm real tired. I might not be able to kill you with this shot, but it's going to leave an ugly mess. So why don't you and I just step into this hallway here and see if we can't sort things out nice and quiet.
Camera pans back all the way along the hallway to a bunch of people that are not looking in your direction. There's this barrel sticking out this guy's nose, and his hands slowly come up. And there's this one gauntleted hand that comes out, grabs him by the shoulder, and just yanks him into the alley. And everybody else sees nothing. Oh, wow, the dice like you guys tonight.
Nice.
Nobody saw nothing. So, Rahal, that's a nice jacket.
Yep. Since the guys seem to be the same size,
He's a little smaller than you and older, but yeah, it fits. He's a 38 slim. Yeah.
Perfect.
I would try and button
Good enough.
up, but yeah.
Yep. Slip the jacket on.
Okay, so you're putting the jacket on. Merrick is still holding this guy marionette style. Just slowly.
I put him down in the corner, and I kind of be gentle. So I don't want him to hurt. I still think he's just unconscious, so I just put him down.
Sleepy time.
Gently. Shh.
Okay. And old man Zim got himself a new dude. Somebody came around the corner, caught you guys, and Zim just whispers a bunch of jive into his face, and the guy just immediately shuts up, hands up. Poser.
Yeah.
Zim's got himself a new friend. You hear Zim talking to someone, you turn around, and he's, got his rifle out, sort of tucked up under his arm to choke up on the barrel, but still finger on the trigger, and is sort of one hand on the shoulder and gun tight to this guy's upper underneath, and just guiding him into the alley. What do you do?
I'm going to look around and see if there's any place that we can stash the quote-unquote sleeping guy.
Oh, you doing the hitman thing? There's always a laundry basket or a convenient dumpster, or
Exactly.
every 10 feet there's something to dump a guy in. You're in the garden, you're a waterfall, the top of the CN tower. There's always like a big basket, body size. You just bloop, the closet. All right.
I'm going to take a look at the guy and his outfit and get a read on best I can as to who he is.
Okay. You want to search him, you mean? Oh, social science. Okay, 19.
Just do, read the guy.
He wasn't lying. He mentioned something about being a merchant. It kind of fits into that. You always tell by the shoes. A guy's footwear never lies. Stylish shoes, practical shoes, utility boots, the amount of mileage on them, how well they keep them, tells a lot about a man. They say the clothes make the man, but shoes tell no lies. And this guy wears shoes of a merchant. Maybe he wasn't lying.
Okay.
You're on your feet all day. You're not in high-end shoes like rich people that go sit down somewhere and take repulsive lifts everywhere. The guy is still, he's a merchant and he smooges, but the guy's on his feet all day, still got that sort of workable shoe. Very nice ones, but they have mileage on them.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that, to look him up and down. He's not an officer on the ship or anything. He's a merchant. Okay.
A rich schmo.
A rich schmo.
A rich schmo merchant that's having a very bad day. Got too nosy. Quite literally. Now he's got to deal with a tired old man with a gun.
And as we kind of stand there for a second, I'm just going to reach back kind of into his coat pocket and pull out his ID.
Okay.
And I'll kind of read his name out to him so he knows that I recognize, who he is. So what's your name? What's this merchant's name?
Jacob Sabarith.
So I'll read it. So Jacob Sabarith, you're going to have a real fancy story to tell to your grandkids one day if you make it out of this alley. Understand?
He just meekly smiles at you and shakes his head. Can I have persuasion?
Sure.
I'll even give you a +5 for the gun to my head.
It's the red screen here. Ooh, I rolled a 2.
Okay. Doesn't believe you.
Roll 20 is not letting me down today, apparently. Oh, yeah, he thinks he's going to die or whatever.
So while Rahal's pulling on the guy's gray coat over his own, I'm going to walk down the alleyway, put my hand on the barrel of Old Man Zin's gun and slowly push it down and say, no need for that, no need for that. And put my arm around the guy's shoulder and pull him into the alleyway. Listen, you've got a couple options here, my friend. You can take this cred chip and take what very well may have been the worst day and last day in your life, and you can go about your day and pretend that you never saw anything here. Or you can join our friend, and I indicate over to where Merrick and Poser are cramming him into a dumpster.
Don't you break his leg if you do that.
And Raul
No,
practically
sorry.
Raul practically admits to committing a murder because later, let's fast forward till tomorrow. Let's assume you let this merchant live, right? The Imperials question him. He's like, yeah, I saw them with the body. They were trying to dispose of it. Got a good look at their faces. Description goes out on the holonet. Or you might convince him to be afraid of you.
Yep. So
now,
would you like
the situation is, persuasion. The situation is the same as what I gave him. Target is helpless or completely at your mercy, which is what I just gave Frank.
Which I got 18.
We got Poser.
Okay. Speaking of Poser, who had asked before, you just kind of standing. This is all playing out around you. What do you want to do?
Yeah, me and Merrick will be stuffing the body, and as soon as we do that, I'm going to take the holdout blaster from him and any E-clips.
You are unaware of said blaster. The only one that actually knows about it is...
Well, he probably would see it now that he doesn't have his jacket on.
But
okay.
Rahul, Rahul took his code and it was kind of assumed, and then I thought Rahul got kind of wrapped up in the scene,
Yeah. Is that perception?
Yes.
Okay.
The cool thing about a holdout blaster is you literally have a sort of static stealth roll. Today I, tucked it away here, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, yes, you find a neat little holster that's actually designed to help hide said blaster, tucked away, and a small little, 2 E-clips to go with the third one that's already in it.
Cool.
And it's all very, very thin straps, easily hid under clothes kind of thing, blah, blah, blah.
All right, cool. Then I'm going to take that.
Okay. Do you have proficiency blaster pistols?
No, I do not.
Okay. That may affect your aim when you start shooting this thing. Just saying.
That is fine, but I need something range that isn't force powers.
Yeah, well, hey. Raul likes just pointing his gun at people. Seems to get results.
It's worked so far for me.
And the old man here did the same thing with a bloody great big rifle. Of course, it's very intimidating.
He got the point across.
I want one too. He pulls out his Derringer. Ha-ha! Do as I say. They're looking down. It's a tiny little gun.
I'm a real boy.
I take his holdout blaster. Why? Because I want to be a real boy now. Oh, God. That's very funny. We're making fun of the guy that's actually more powerful and deadly than all of you guys put together.
Yeah.
And has proved it under the radar twice. The guy's
3 times, actually.
The brand new guy that actually doesn't know him, and I can't even follow up with suspicion, just saw something and he's still kind of processing, right? Oh, he's new.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, moving on. Rahul.
So I've, pressing 100 creds onto the guy's chest.
Okay.
So what's it going to be, my friend? Should you stay or should you go?
Raul, where did you put my crowbar?
He whispers he didn't see anything, and 2 fingers kind of do the slow wrap around the cred shit, and a slight tug, and eyebrows going up this is mine? Yes? We have an accord?
Yep.
Okay, he nods.
Give him a wink.
Takes it and just steps away out into the main part, straightens himself up, and strides. Off he goes. In a fast walk back to where he was. And away.
Perfect.
I'm thinking I maybe should have crushed his skull instead.
So, Poser and Merrick, stealth, and the other can aid another hitting a DC of 10. Who is the? Actually, I'm gonna go with Poser because he actually said I took the time to look for a good place. So Poser, give me a stealth check. and Merrick will be the aid and other stealth. And this is the static stealth roll to stash a body, and somebody has to beat this in a search for it.
17.
Can I add a force point to it?
Sure. Oh yeah, any roll.
Okay. What does that do again?
Stealth.
I know it buffs it, but...
Oh, D6. So give me a stealth check and then give me a D6 on top.
Okay.
Not a +6, a D6.
Yeah.
Okay. So 16 plus 2. 18. And Merrick hits his DC of 10 with a 17, so that's an additional 2, so 20. Nice, solid 20.
Good job, guys.
Here's a loose panel next to this recycling bin thing. People come over here and rattle it all the time and just think nothing's out of place here. And in goes the little dude. Not very big guy. Even smaller now that we have his coat. A little lighter now that we have his gun. Job well done.
You show some experience in disposing of this sleeping man.
I just laugh because I get to see him looking at you. He doesn't say it. He's just looking at you.
Stares blankly.
As I expected.
That's not what I was picturing. I was kind of picturing him looking at you like, "F*** you, man." What? We'll never know. This is audio. Merrick knows, but probably blissfully unaware.
So as soon as the other merchants made his way out of the hallway, I kind of do a little bit of a pace back and forth and get myself into the role of Imperial informant, kind of do my best to match his strut.
Okay, you look shady. I know this is a stretch for you, Rawl.
Nope.
You look, what is it, like you're suffering from delusions of grandeur, that you've recently been appointed to a higher position to sell out your fellow man and profit by it. I don't really see this in your character. I'm having trouble from you going from a separatist, sleazy war profiteer that lost the war and is now desperately running around the galaxy under the Empire's radar, trying to collect on debts before, these guys that owe you money just feel that losing the war canceled all debts to you. To you going to being an Imperial informant wearing a trench coat. I don't know. I just don't see it.
In other words, he's positively beaming at this moment.
Yeah. You bet your ass he is. That's what I see in my head.
So, found his French calling.
So, and then, I'm pace back and forth, get into the strut, and then, okay, fellas, here's the plan. 1 Imperial officer and 3 stormtroopers. I see 4 of us here. They've got a repulsor lift. It's like simple math to me. I don't know.
Well, if I could only make one small suggestion, Raul. His stormtrooper armor, however very flashy, it kind of chafes, and I don't really fit well into it. Perhaps I could wear a maintenance uniform instead.
So you talking about, like, you guys are going to engage these stormtroopers, and then there's 3 guys going to walk out of here. Rawl, as either the new Imperial officer or still wearing the informant coat. Picture 3 stormtroopers. 1, the helmet fits on the top of the cone head. You can still see the guy's face under the helmet face. Okay. 2, you got a stormtrooper that looks like he's wheezing and holding his knees every 5 steps. And 3, putting the gorilla in a suit where you just have that, there's those huge gaps in the joints. There's the gloves, and then a big wrist, and then the shin, and then the big elbow, and and just busting out.
Wearing like hats.
Yeah, like there's.
Aren't you a little tall to be a stormtrooper?
The black bodysuit that's under the white plates are just stretched in all directions and ripped and shit.
Yeah.
There was problem with my clothing. Don't judge me.
To compensate,
To
compensate, he just redneck rips off the arms like a cut-off T-shirt.
I could so see that animated, like right now in my head, the cartoon scene of this walking by.
And then you guys are demanding pluses from me. What? We're in disguise. Let's go. Where's my +5? Where's my +5? GM, come on. I got this. Hey, fits good. Poser can't even help reaching up and setting the helmet slowly spinning in a rotation like a big bobblehead thing. All right. Enough of that. You guys keep going off on tangents. I'm trying to run a straight game here. All right.
Yeah, it's totally us.
So,
right.
You guys head to the main cargo bay.
Yes, we do.
All right. So, gentlemen, the information that you quite literally strangled from the Imperial informant who gave his name briefly as Skig Banos told you that there were 2 or 3 troopers and a young officer headed towards the main docking bay on the blue deck. A short skirmish and interrogation of a few people off to the side of the blue deck's main promenade area. We are now headed, following Rawl, who is in disguise, as said Imperial informant, towards the main docking bay, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. The massive hangar smells of exhaust fumes and spilled coolant and appears to have seen quite a bit of activity recently. Crates stand stacked up throughout the hangar, waiting for whatever shuttle is to transport them down to the surface. 3 doors off to the left side of the room, to your right actually. The bottom 2 are closed together, and the top door leads into a control room with a transparent window overlooking the hangar itself. Now, if this says that is on the left, that would mean the door is on the south side, and you guys are actually coming up from the bottom of the map, not down from the top here.
Okay.
Come up the hall. You come to the main hangar bay, big hangar bay door. You see, immediately on your left, crates, 2 closed doors, and a control room in the back on the left. A great big wide open area, panning around along the back wall with some hazardous goods stored in the back, marked on the floor area. A drain and some spilled coolant making the place reek of fumes. Coming back along down the right wall closer to you, we see 2 stormtroopers and another big pile of crates on our right. Everyone that you can see in the map at the moment, you do not have line of sight on the gentleman on the left, but there are crates and stuff in the way, but you can hear them.
Before we enter the room, I'm going to go over long-range comms, get a hold of the doctor.
Okay.
And make sure he made it out of his altercation okay.
Okay.
And also ask if he can have R4 take control of the doors that we're standing in front of.
All right. And what do you want him to do with them? Just be ready to do something with them? Like seal them or open them? Or
yeah, I'll want him to seal them up.
Okay.
When we go in, and so that no reinforcements can flank us or get us from behind.
Now you can also do that manually, eh? As everyone steps in, everybody's like, "Who are you?" You can just step off to the side and shoot up the panel or close them at least.
Well, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to shoot up the panel because I want to be able to get back out with whatever we're in there to grab.
Yeah, but you want to be able to lock it.
Right.
So Rawl
over the comms.
Yep, steps aside, sees this, steps aside, and tries to hail the doctor. And since you're actually doing something beneficial, I'm going to count this as, this is what you're doing. What are the rest of you guys doing? How about you guys give me a little roll for initiative here? And I'm going to roll for perception to see if these guys, are actually sitting there casually watching the doorway.
Natural 20 for my initiative. The dice are loving me tonight.
Nice.
What'd you get? 16?
So we see that spill to the right, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No perception check needed because it was in the actual description. So that's the sort of taking 10. Anything that's in the block description, you see this, smell this. It's given that was sort of handed to you with the passive takeish 10.
Yeah. Would I know if that stuff is flammable?
Coolant? No. It just smells really bad.
Okay. Mind if I roll a perception check?
No, go right ahead.
Okay. Actually, gonna use the force instead.
Okay.
Alright. Perception with the force of 14.
Okay. So, you guys come around the doors, okay? The doors themselves are wide open. Rawl notes this and uses his turn at 20 to sort of just keep going and step off to the side and try and get the doctor on the comms and starts discussing what to do with the door. Okay? That's him. Poser takes a moment, focuses his energy, reaches out with a force of 14. You become aware of all the life forms in the room. Okay? Men with guns are really your only hazard. There doesn't seem to be anything really explosive. I mean, this stuff here in the back would go kaboom, would make a nice boom and noise, but nothing earth-shattering and certainly nothing with the range that could really, hurt us.
Okay.
2 troopers here on your right. A junior officer and a trooper here at this door, and a single trooper with said sled doing something in the control room.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possible hostile pings. You sense your companions as well.
Got it.
Old Man Zim.
All right. Well, we've discussed, obviously coming up to this point that we're going to have a firefight.
Yes, we need to take those dudes out so we can get our cargo.
So I'm going to move right to there.
This is the proverbial surprise round. So I'm giving you guys all the sort of one-ish, the soft action. So Rawl steps aside, pulls out his thing, starts chatting. Poser takes a moment to focus, uses the force. You're moving into position. Now these guys are looking at you. One actually sees you guys and nudges at the other, but they haven't, had a chance to act yet. You just slip right into the room, get a nice spot here.
Yep.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 6 squares of movement. Did you want to start climbing?
Let's see, because right there...
You couldn't start really doing it to next round, but you could spend next round, you could climb to the top.
I'm good right there. I'm good right there because I'm thinking I'm just going to lay the barrel of the rifle over this, whatever that is.
Okay, it's taller than you. It's a large...
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, then I'll start climbing.
Yeah. There's actually a spot here, crates upon crates, where you could get up there and crouch, still have cover, and have high ground, and you couldn't shoot at the guys that are below this crate here, but you'd have purchase of the room.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. That's totally where I'd
that's where I
head
thought
then.
I'd go. So it's going to take an extra round to set up, but still, once you're up there, you have cover, and you have high ground, and you're with your rifle, you're good.
All right. So there's 6 squares of movement towards that vantage point then.
Okay. Next, we have the junior officer, who does not seem to notice you guys because of obstruction, and he's giving orders. Lastly, we have the troopers. One, as I'd rolled before, takes notice of you guys. So one nudges the others, and they step out, draw weapons. Well, they have their weapons out because they're actually guarding. They didn't come here to pick up something. They come here to confiscate something, and they have weapons out. So anyway, one guy sees you guys in the doorway, but he run over, so they just step out and go, "Identify yourselves." Point weapons at you, and that's them. Round 1 in earnest. Well, I think it's going to take you a week to get there, because we'll see you next week.
Oh!
Hey!
This react very disappointed, Frank.
Wah, wah, wah. Oh, shit. What did I say?
It's been a long day, and I'm tired. I like that. That's going to be your catch line. And I'm tired.
No, I was just weakened at burning him.
They've got a repulsor lift. It's like simple math to me. I don't know.
Oh no, they have a repulsor lift. Damn it. It foils everything. How do we possibly deal with that? Sorry, it's just the way you said it. There's that big dramatic pause. Damn it. The repulsor lift. How do we... Changes everything.
Poser, no. Be more respectful. Don't bend his leg like that. It'll hurt when he wakes up.